One.
I know. And 20 years ago,
How fun. Walker Farms.
Those are really expensive.
Oh, they get their own little case. Drive-by sighting. Hello Mappo fans, what a beautiful day today. Broken branch. See how it's doing and let's see what today brings. I got a long piece of minky and see if I can just tie this to the apple tree. Let's see if that'll work. Still getting nutrition, so if I can get this to stay up off the ground, then I think it'll work. And my other maze of minkies. It's amazing, huh? Just to try and save this tree. It's funny, when I was pulling this rope really hard, all of a sudden it snapped and broke, and I fell right there. I could have been hurt so bad, my elbow hit there. What if I'd landed on that? That would have hurt. That's right where I landed, right there. I kind of scraped my elbow. I don't know if you can see it. And my wrist right there. I'm okay. I think I was protected from not. That would have hurt so bad to land on that, but I landed right there and didn't get hurt. I hit hard too because I was pulling hard. Oh my goodness. Got the ladder. Just got two legs. The shovel wasn't working, kept falling. And got the rope going from here over to here, then up to there. Then I put kind of like what you do for broken bones. I put that board there. Well, I don't know if it'll work. I know when the peach season's over, I'll cut that off. It won't survive, but I want to save the peaches. There's a lot on there. This is the biggest branch. Well, we'll see if that works or not. Okay, getting a batch of yogurt started here, and picked some more tomatoes out of the garden. Time to go. And getting ready to go down to my sister Jane. She has a bucket of honey for me to do, and then we're going to go out and eat. And I want to do my live at the Lindon Temple that's still being built. I made it to Jane's. Looks like she's watching some TV. Go get a treat together. Do you have a landline phone? Does it work?
No.
Oh, it's just.
But I just wanted one.
Oh, the kids have got to know. You know, remember, one.
I know. And
Okay, purple turtle. Here we go. Let's go get some treats. Beat the heat with a sweet berry treat.
And I'm using my fair money to buy us our meal today. Got to do the money exchange. Chicken Supreme, and I'm getting halibut.
Fried onion rings, fries, fish. She's cutting Jane's sandwich. Looks good. Jane says these take longest to cook. And this purple turtle, how long's purple turtle been here?
Oh, 53 years or so.
53 years. Okay, here's the Lindon Temple in construction. So we're gonna go
probably park over there and get
find
some
a spot to park. Okay. We're looking at this cute little playland here. And then we're going over to the temple. All right, me and Jane. I say me and Jane. She goes, I'm not mean. She goes, Jane and I are going to go over and do a live over at the temple. And she says, wait, I got to do my hair. So she's going to do the cheerleader flip. Cheerleader flip.
Like
Go like this. Judy taught this to her.
And then you look great.
Then you look great.
Let me see if that did work.
Oh yeah, we gotta look in our mirror here.
Section, but this goes clear to Provo and clear to the
This is
the
the
That's what I heard.
canal road. We're gonna go sit on this bench and see how our live does. Look at these rocks here. I'm just driving by the temple. We just did the live with Jane.
A temple drive-by.
A temple drive-by. Drive-by sighting.
One little thing.
Okay, this is where Jane used to work for 10 years. You can see the temple back there.
And right where that light is with the bird's nest, that's where the garbages used to be.
I love birds. I used to catch them. They were in the peacock pen. They were in our bedroom because it was a makeshift bedroom built with cinder blocks. So I was working here in the lunchroom, and I had to take something out to the garbage. Okay. And so I came out here, And when I went to the garbage, it was almost full, and it was garbage day. It was almost full, and I could see a mother bird hopping on top of it.
In the garbage dumpster?
On top of the garbage dumpster, just squawking, and jumping. And so I looked in there, and I could see a baby bird in there, and it had been in that nest.
So it had been up
here. When the mother
here.
said it's time to fly, the baby went right into the garbage, and it couldn't
Which would
fly
be right,
out.
right
it
here.
couldn't jump out.
So it's in the garbage dumpster bin here.
And it couldn't fly out, and it couldn't jump out.
There's probably a nest in this
So
one too.
I was kind of crying.
And this is a big garbage bin.
Oh,
Or was it
looks
the
like
smaller
that.
one? Oh,
Yeah, the garbage.
It wasn't this big one.
It was this. It looked just like that.
Okay, so this one.
So, but it was over there.
Okay.
So I went in and got a milk carton, and I stood on it, and I jumped in. the
Okay,
garbage.
so you jump in here. Could you see the
I went to catch the bird because I've caught millions of them, and it jumped. And every time I went to catch it, it jumped.
It would jump.
And all of a sudden, I could hear the garbage truck coming.
Oh no! And you're in the garbage bin.
And I didn't want the baby bird to die.
Yeah.
And I tried really hard, but every time I went to catch it, it would go
jump.
deeper.
Oh, deeper.
And finally, the garbage man was sitting there looking at
well,
me.
he could see you.
Yeah,
Thank
he was
goodness.
parked.
He wasn't
like,
going to dump her in.
He was like,
what are you doing in there?
And so I wanted to tell him to wait, but I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I just got out and I started to cry.
You thought because you
And I
couldn't.
went
You didn't
in.
get the bird.
And I was doing the dishes, and then
Oh, you went back into the school.
I went into school because the guy dumped the garbage into the
And you
garbage
thought,
truck.
oh.
So I was crying a little, and then this thought came to me, maybe it's okay. And I'm like, nah. And it said, it might be okay. So I got a milk carton, and I went out, and I stood on it, and inside was a little puddle of water, and the baby bird was standing right in the middle of it. And I know, and the mother bird was still hopping, waiting
Trying
for her
to
baby.
get her.
So I know exactly what happened. The man dumped the garbage so fast, he went like that, and the bird was flying, and it was
so it did
so
fly.
far down under the thing that when he dumped it, it was now on top, flying. And then when he flipped it back, it flipped back in. And so I got in and caught it and threw it out to the mother, and the mother was flying, and the baby bird was hopping as fast as it could, going to safety.
Oh my goodness!
And I was so glad it didn't die, but who would have thought?
I thought you were going to say God saved it.
Well, of course, Heavenly Father saved it because. But I'm like, isn't that if I hadn't tried? If I hadn't tried to get it, it would have died.
Yeah, because it was hopping and everything.
But
what do you call this story?
Baby bird in the dumpster.
Baby bird in the dumpster.
True story. You can't make up a story like that.
You can't make it up.
They've got a wedding going on here. Look at this old car.
20 years ago.
How fun. Walker Farms. And got a silo here with the flag.
So,
another bird story. Okay,
yeah, because I love birds. Anyway.
In my backyard, I can always hear woodpeckers pecking, getting worms and stuff, whatever they get. And then I have some cats. Anyway, somehow I found one of the woodpeckers injured, and its wing was injured. So I picked it up and put it in a bird pen thing that I had, and I called the rescue people or something. I said, I have a woodpecker here that has an injured wing. I can't take care of it. Where should I take it? And they said I could take it to this place in Springville, but I would have to wait till it's not the weekend because I guess they don't help wounded birds on weekends. So I had this bird, and I said, well, what should I feed it? And they said, you can feed it some worms. So I dug and cried, and I couldn't get any worms. And I didn't want to go buy some worms because they're everywhere in the ground. And
why buy them? And
so so then I saw a robin in my backyard because in the morning it's the neighbor's tree have a lot of shade in the backyard, and so they're grabbing all these worms, and I says, I'm gonna steal a worm from one of those birds. And I thought, I'm just gonna start running, and when the bird starts going, it will probably drop the worm because the worm is heavy, and I'm chasing it, yelling and screaming.
You're trying to
drop the worm.
You're trying to steal the worm from a bird?
So that I could give the wounded bird a worm because I couldn't find one. And so I started running, and just like I predicted, it dropped the worm, and I grabbed the worm and fed it to the wounded bird. So a bird helped a bird, but boy was that bird
probably
was so mad that he dropped the worm.
Comment below if you've ever stolen a worm from a bird.
And
pretty good bird stories.
Yeah, I have lots of stories.
Lots of stories.
Years ago, when my kids, I don't know if you knew, but I took 2 weeks of guitar lessons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And because I wanted to play the guitar, but when I sang with my sisters, nobody could hear me. I'm really quiet.
You're more on the quiet side.
I wanted to sing to my kids. I'd always read them a bedtime story, and then I wanted to sing a song. And the one bedroom had boys, the other bedroom had the girls. And I would sit in the hall between the two bedrooms, and I would sing I would sing songs on my guitar because I could never sing in public because it's too scary. But my kids, they're not going to complain. They would love to
That's true.
hear me sing.
Kids are awesome.
And,
they'll listen. Till they
also-
become teenagers.
Yeah. Then when some of the kids moved out, then I graduated to sitting on each child's bed, rub their back, and they would let you rub your back for say 5 minutes, and I'm keeping track.
They would.
And I would tell a story from my childhood, some adventure we'd been on, and they loved that. And I'd say when I'm done with this story,
So
then
you would tell them your stories. That's awesome.
I'd tell them about the goats or the horse when the saddle came off when I was riding that horse.
Amazing story.
I mean, there's always a story you can tell.
And they love hearing them.
And they're true stories.
Yeah, they're true.
And it's just something fun that I used to do with the kids.
I love it.
I gotta show you these old cars first.
Okay, yeah.
But actually, it's quite a ways.
We're still
All
going
right,
ways.
here's a story.
My dad had lots of horses, and he had an old truck that he'd put all the saddles and bridles in, and I was kind of afraid of horses.
So was I.
And
I was too.
Were you?
I
And
still
Judy
am.
would ride the racehorse.
I still am.
The racehorse was a racehorse.
Yeah,
Even though it was old.
Called it a racehorse.
One day, my dad got a horse that used to be a barrel racing horse in the rodeo, and that horse was really old. She was bony, and I said, "Oh, that's my horse." And her name was Easter Lady. So everybody had a horse. Roseanne had the white horse. Wasn't that the albino horse?
I think so, yeah.
Judy had the racehorse, and Carla or Jenny had the palomino. Okay, so my horse never had a colt that lived. She had lots of colts, but they always died. And of course, my dad, he wanted to have one that lived. He did have one colt that it had, and look at all these. They've got show these old cars.
Should I drive in?
If you want. Not over there. Okay, right here is the
They
more
hit the
expensive.
curb.
Look, those are really
Oh, they
expensive.
get their own little case.
A Model A. And over here, these are.
Look at these.
And I think there's one that's from the Cars movie that's called
awesome.
Cars. Yeah, and that's a Bonnie and Clyde.
A Bonnie and
That's a Bonnie and Clyde.
The
We used to
pretty
sing.
looking people.
And then that laughing truck right there.
Well, when we go out and
Yeah, we'll have to
I'll
go
do
around.
that one.
So my horse had this baby colt, and it was too young to take out on the road, and I couldn't put a rope around it because it didn't know how to do that. And we didn't want it to get hit by a car. So the baby had to stay home. And we all wanted to go to the foothills. So I said to everybody, there it is.
Oh, there's Mater.
There's
Oh,
Mater.
no.
So I said,
Dear.
don't run the horses, because my horse I won't be able to control her.
Yeah.
So don't run the horses.
So you're
ever.
running the horses.
So we went up to the foothills, and on the way home we had to go on that hill before we go home. And of course everybody ran the horses because at the bottom the ditch was overflowing, and the horses wanted to be in that water and get a drink.
So my horse started running, and I started pulling on the reins, and they were even sideways, and she was going
wasn't
home.
gonna stop, huh?
She wanted to go home to her baby. There I was trying to hang on, and everybody was at the bottom, and all the horses were stopped because they were drinking that water. And when my horse and I thought that's what my horse wanted, but
Was
she
water,
bowled,
but she
she
didn't.
bowled over those horses like nothing.
Wow.
And she was going home to that baby. And I started crying because she wouldn't stop. And all of a sudden I noticed when I pulled back on the reins, the saddle was inching forward.
Oh no,
And
the
I
saddle's
could tell,
loose.
I could tell it was going to come off. And I said, Heavenly Father, I'm going to die. I don't know what to do. And the cars at the end, there's that intersection, and the horse would have to turn left.
By the church?
By the church.
Okay.
And I thought either we're going to slip on the gravel or there's going to be a car, and I'm going to die. Heavenly Father, help me. I'm going to die. I don't know what to do.
Because she's going to turn that corner to get
And
home.
all of a sudden the thought came to me, she's a barrel horse. She knows how to do corners.
She knows how to do corners,
Let the
Let her
horse
go.
do what she does. Let her be the
Interesting.
barrel horse.
Don't try
So I was hanging on she was going picking up speeds with every step.
Oh, even
So
getting to the turn?
She came to the corner, and she actually she was kind of curved really close to the ground. I was able to just stand off. I jumped right on my feet. I landed on my feet, and the
Because she was
saddle.
so low to the ground.
We were so low to the ground, and the saddle landed right next to me.
Oh, the
and
saddle came off.
I still had a hold of the reins.
The reins came off?
And no, I was
Oh,
holding.
still attached to the horse.
I was holding the reins.
Yeah.
And I just walked home. I said,
With the horse?
with the horse.
She
but
finally
I
stopped?
left the saddle. I was so mad. I'm like, Because I was scared because I thought I was going to die.
And she knows that she knows what to do.
And she didn't follow. I didn't follow. And it was.
Oh, it's a miracle.
Yes, it was a miracle. But I was crying because it was after a near-death experience. You're kind of weak and you can't talk for like a day. You're just so scared.
You guys like those stories? Where the camera's heating
Those
up.
are bedtime stories for the kids.
Bedtime stories for the kids.
And
We're
then
gonna order
There's plenty of
stories.
treehouse
Oh,
stories.
we should do Jane story time.
Okay, we're getting Wesley's, so I'm going to buy it, and then Jane will pay me later.
This is the money exchange.
This is the money exchange. We always have to do that.
House here, my cousin lives in it, and that's where Rochelle used to live.
And that's where she had her
And then
baby.
it was a birthing center after she moved out, and then she had a baby there, Sierra. You daughters of Utah Pioneers. Okay, Jane's we've got
right
the
here, Daughters of
ooh, a
Utah
log
Pioneers.
cabin. Yeah, Jane's gonna show me where she goes on her trail. Got the food here.
Yeah. What is this? $26 worth
$26
of fish, chips,
and
cheeseburgers, fries.
Okay, this is where Jane starts her. She comes and parks her car here. This is how she's helping getting her hip better. She'll come and park here. they have a bathroom, they have drinking fountains, and then you walk up that trail.
Yes, I go up there where the blacktop is.
The asphalt.
Yeah,
The
it's their fault.
blacktop. Do you go on this?
And that's the pipe that the water is in.
Oh, that's a big pipe.
Maybe that's 10
Okay, this
feet.
is where the canal that they put. these
That's
big
what the
pipes.
water is going through.
Over when we were by the temple, we showed you how the canal was buried.
And that's what the water
And
goes
that's
through.
huge. Wow.
But that's all the way from
All
Provo
the way
up
from
Salt
Provo
Lake.
up to Salt Lake. And Jane says it takes her an hour and a half to go up and back. She says there's
Well-
an eagle's nest. Is it a real eagle nest or man-made?
No, I call it the Eagle's
Oh,
Nest.
you call it the eagle's
because
nest.
I can see the Provo Temple, the Mountain Timpanogos, and the Orange
So how
Temple.
high up do you go?
I go about halfway up.
Halfway up.
See where
Okay.
those telephone poles are?
Yes.
That's about how far I go.
That's pretty good.
And it's
Okay.
big.
Jane
He's in the
says they
Army.
need to paint it. There's the G.
He's in the Army, so
You see it?
he needs to work out every day.
We were driving by and Jane says, stop, you gotta see these quails. So I'm gonna zoom in. I
And
turned
there's
around.
a whole bunch under the...
Whole
the-
bunch of them under there.
They rarely fly,
think I
but they
can
will
see.
fly if they're
Oh,
forced.
here's some babies over here. They're coming out.
They're so fun to watch. They're always in our backyard.
Dear, there they go. Jane and I ended up out here again. It's so nice. We got to carry this 60-pound bucket of honey up the stairs. Think we can do it? I think we'll put it in this side here. You guys got to see that sunset. And I'm getting ready to head out. Jane says she wants to give me some tomatoes and some peaches off her tree. And look how pretty that sunset is. So I'm going to grab about 2 or 3 peaches and look at that sunset. Look at that. Would you just look at that?
Tall.
Jane said it's almost as tall as
I
her.
am.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm short.
Any more money exchange?
25.
25. And if you don't have a 1, that's fine.
Like where? I have 4 quarters.
That's fine. 20's fine. 25's fine. 25 fine.
25 is almost.
Oh dear.
Nobody
We'll
likes-
work it out later.
Quarters are heavy.
Yes, they are.
And that's
Nobody likes to change. This picture.
Is this your senior picture?
It's when I was 18.
18.
And Irene, our Aunt Irene, took us to the Trolley Square, and it was called the Poster Factory.
Oh,
and
yeah, I have pictures.
Judy and I have that.
Yeah, that's what that is.
My favorite Christmas song. Angels We've Heard on High.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Leaving Jane's house and driving past the Timpanogos Temple. Isn't that pretty? So fun to see him at night. Oh, what a day. That was a lot of fun. And 2 days in 1 week visiting Jane. And she loved it. She says she never gets to just sit and talk. So that was really nice. The quote of the day is, "You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water." It's true. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Remember, look for that rose. And let's see what tomorrow brings. Thank you and good night. There better be tears when I die. I want to see you cry. There better be tears when I die. Or I'm gonna come back and get ya. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and get ya. You just wait and see. So there better be tears when I die. Or you stories about all the good I've done. And I don't even mind if you change it a little bit. Whoa, 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 there better be tears when I die. I wanna see you cry. Yeah, there better be tears when I die. Oh, I'm gonna come back and get ya. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and get ya. You just wait and see. So there better be tears when I die, or you're gonna hear from me. I'm gonna hang around to see who sends me off to rest. And I just wanna see who'll fulfill my last request. Whoa, 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 there better be tears when I die. I wanna see you cry. Yeah, there better be tears when I die, or I'm gonna come back and get ya. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and get ya. You just wait and see. So there better be tears when I die, or you're gonna hear from me. And when I'm laid to rest and they all gather round my grave, I want you to remember that you don't need to be brave. So there better be tears when I die.